Hi all. Today we are going to learn one of the most important topic and when you go to interviews also they will ask at least one question from the Maven remote repository. That's why I am going to add this topic in today's tutorial, and this is the Maven remote repository. Maven remote repository, nothing but the every company uses a separate proxy server or which is a proxy server which is nothing but the remote server. There are so many remote servers are available, like Nexus server is there, JProg server is there for maintaining the dependencies. As I mentioned in previous video also, repository is nothing but the location where we are having the dependencies. In the similar way, remote repository also nothing but the location only where we are maintaining the dependencies. Then you may get doubt like what is the difference between the remote repository and local repository, remote repository, local repository and central repository. I will try to explain these three in in a diagram. Let me open the diagram once. You can see here in this diagram. See, in between, this is the local repository. This green color one is a local repository, which is nothing but the .m2 folder, which is available inside user computer. And this one is a central repository, which is available in over the internet. And coming to this green one is nothing but the this yellow one is nothing but the remote repository, which will be which will be existed between the local repository and central repository. Here, if we join in any organization, right, any organization, that each and every organization will maintain a separate repository called as a remote repository. We are having so many remote repositories are there, like Nexus repository, JFrog repository. These remote repository are using remote repositories will be useful for maintaining the dependencies only. But the problem is, here, why we are using remote repository? Already we are having the central repository. You may get doubt like that. In this case, thing is, for maintaining this this is for mainly for security reasons. And one more thing is, if you see, if you don't have, let us assume there is no remote repository in company, then for example multiple developers are there, like developer 1 is there, developer 2 is there. Developer 1 added this dependency, line number 27 to line number 31. He has added one dependency. That dependency name is this one, spring boot Spring Boot started data rest. This is one of the dependency he has added, and the version is 3.0.3. Okay, but developer 2 is there. This developer 2 for the same dependency. If you see, artifact ID name is artifact ID nothing but the name of the dependency. So for the same dependency, he has added different version here. See, 3.2.6. So then when these two guys are using, when two developers are using two different types of versions for the same dependency in the same project, means it's a version mismatch, right? In order to avoid this conflict, each and every organization are maintaining their own remote repositories. In that remote repository, in this remote repository, team lead will upload the required version of dependency inside this remote repository, and then he will ask the developers who are going to work in his team lead, right, in his team, use use this dependency from the remote repository only. Don't use the remote dependencies from the central repository. Then developer starts using Maven commands. Then it will go to the local repository, and as developer is using for the first time, right, it will, there will be no it will search for the dependency inside local repository. It will, as it will not exist that dependency inside local repository. Then it will go to the remote repository, and it will download that dependency to the local repository, and that dependency will be used by the Eclipse or Eclipse projects. Okay, this is the one. And then if you see here, main thing is For this one, it will not, if you join in any company, right? For the you have joined in that company recently, and you do, and you are going to use Maven for the first time, right? You have to do this remote repository configuration on your own. So where is that remote repository configuration, and what are the details are required for that remote repository, right? That information I will tell you now. If you, we are having a settings.xml file inside Maven, where we are using, where we have installed Maven. If you go to here, where, let me go here, I have Maven software available here. If you see here, inside this one, this is Maven. This is where I have installed Maven here. Here there is a folder called conf. This is nothing but config. Here, one of the main important XML file is settings.xml file. We just need to open this one. Let me open this one. Uh, you can see here inside the setting.xml file, if you come down here, there is a proxy tag will be there. Yeah, proxies tag is there, line number 91 to line number 106. This information I have copied here. When we open this one, this is the line number 43 to 40. See, line number 43 to 56. This is the a proxy server configuration. This remote server is nothing but the proxy server only. Here in between 45 to 54, this is one of the proxy server configuration. If you want to add one more configuration, right, you simply copy this one. One second. You simply copy this one. You need to paste one more time here, and then you need to add your own details. Okay, here coming to here, for now we need only one proxy server configuration. That's why I'm just undoing these changes. Okay, and here if you see here, by default, let me go to that one. uh, where is that one? Yeah, let me open notepad plus plus this one. See, by default, this proxy server, under the proxies, whatever is there, right, this is commented. Line number 91 is there, right? 92 is there, right? This is the XML comments. So this entire configuration from line number 92 to 105, this entire thing is a commented one. So with that means they did not configure any remote server configuration for now. So to configure this one, we need to remove this one, line number 92 to 94 we need to remove, and then 105 we need to remove. Once like this, just remove this one. I will show you how. I am showing now how to remove this one. So now you see the color is changed. Now we need to add these details, like if you see, first one is host information. This host information, under where that remote server is running, right? That information, and then on which port that server is working on, and what is the username for connecting that remote server, and what is the password. See, all these details we need to speak with team lead, and we need to get those details, and we need to add those details here. After adding these details, you need to here, and we need to click on save. After saving this one, right, these details are available. And then whenever whenever any developer use Maven commands like Maven install, then it will try to verify is there any .m2 folder existed inside user folder or not. As he is working with Maven for the first time in that organization, it will not exist .m2 folder. Then it will go to control, will go to the remote repository. Here that remote repository, how Maven knows where is the what is the Maven host, what is the Maven URL, what is the Maven username, what is the Maven password. It will go to the settings.xml file. It will go to proxies tag. Under the proxies, is there any proxies configured or not, it will check that one. As we have already configured, right, it will come to host, it will pick this host, it will pick the port number, it will open that URL, and then it will take this username, and it will take the password. With those details, it will log in into remote repository, and it will download all the dependencies into local repository, and those dependencies will be used by Maven projects, whatever we are going to use inside Eclipse. This is how the process will happen in any organization. Okay, and then after doing this one, right, as I mentioned, in real-time project, team lead will configure proxy server details. We no need to do configure this proxy server details, Uh, and this is one-time activity only. Okay, and one more thing is in this one. If you see here, I have mentioned team lead role here. See, for example, yeah, in our project, whatever the dependencies are there, those dependencies each and every developer is using, that is fine. But in project there is separate requirement like this one. We want to work with Spring Data JPA with version 3.3.0, which is not existed inside remote repository. In that case, team lead will directly interact with Maven central repository, and then he will download the this specific version, this dependency, and he will add those upload those dependencies to remote repository, and then each and every developer will update those dependencies into local repository from the remote repository. This is how it is happening in the real time. So there is no I mean, tricky point here. Whatever we are using in real time, I have explained that each and everything here. Yeah, and yeah, that's it, guys, for the remote repository concept here. In future, I will try to upload more videos on Maven. Please do like, share, and subscribe so that I will try to upload more videos on Maven concepts. Yeah, thank you, guys.